All right, appreciate everybody being here again. It means a lot to me that you guys come every week, so I don't take it lightly, and I'm really appreciative of the time that you give up for us, so thank you. Got a great challenge again this week. Play Illinois. They're 2-1. They're a really well-coached football team. They made a change a week before the season started and promoted Bill Cubitt, who is an excellent football coach and has done a phenomenal job in the 3 weeks, or in their 3 games, the 5 or 6 weeks that he's been named the head coach. So they're doing a really good job. They've got a really good quarterback. He's a prolific, pro-type quarterback. He's a transfer from Oklahoma State. He's going to sit in the pocket, and he can throw it. He can make all the throws. He's got a great arm. He's very accurate with the ball. He got hurt last year about the halfway point and missed the last half of the season, but he's played real well these first 3 games. I think where they're probably better offensively this year than they might have been last year is in the running game. They've done a really good job. They got a really good running back. Had a nice run, a 52-yarder against North Carolina yesterday or Saturday. Their offensive line is big and physical, what you would expect out of a Big Ten team. Got some really good receivers. They lost one of their better ones, in camp this year to an ACL, so they're without him. But they've really got some explosive guys to replace him. Defensively, I think they're really good. They're 20th in the country in total defense. I think they're giving up 285 yards a game. They had not given up a touchdown in their first 2 games. North Carolina was the first team to score a touchdown against them, so they're really good on defense. Their defensive line, again, is really big, and their secondary does a good job. They're good in the kicking game. They've blocked a couple kicks already this year, returned one of them for a touchdown. Their punt returner is very dynamic. Not leads the country, but he's high up in the statistical categories in punt returns. So it's a really good football team. It's well coached. It's going to take a great effort on our part. We've got to play extremely smart and disciplined football and go up there. We've been on the road now. We've experienced being on the road, so we'll be ready to play this game. It's a game I know we're looking forward to playing. We had a good work yesterday, good workout, and we're off today, and we'll be ready to roll tomorrow. But I like where we're at from a mental standpoint and with this football team. So with that, I'll open it up.
Coach, you scored 70 points in 2 games this season, and when you came to MTSU, you wanted to bring a holistic offense on the field. This is the first time this has happened in your career at MTSU, scoring at least 70 points in a game. Is that a product of Buster's system on the team?
No, you don't ever go into a game planning on scoring 70 points. We didn't try to score 70 points Saturday. Just kind of the way the game evolved there a little bit. But we've got good players. We've got good coaches. Our guys are making plays. Our defense is playing extremely well. They're giving the offense, some extra at-bats. So it's you're not going to score. I mean, this is not the norm. You like to score every possession. That's your goal. That's the objective. But that's not going to happen on a consistent basis. I'm proud of our players, our coaches, and how we played last week. But last week's over, and now we got to focus on this week. But when you score that many points, it's usually because you got good players.
Coach, to go off of that, is that something you talk about this week in practice, making sure that your guys aren't going into games going forward expecting a 70-point kind of games? And I know you guys were challenged against Alabama, but your other 2 games, like you say, you don't see 70 points a lot. Do you worry about your guys expecting that to come at all?
I hope, really I hope they expect to do that. And it goes back to what I said. Our objective, offensively is to score every time you touch the ball. our objective, our goal on defense is to stop them on every possession. So, you go in, you want to score every possession, you want to stop them defensively on every possession. I know that's not the case. It's not going to happen. So you want your players to have that mindset, that juice, that jazz, that swagger to, we're going to score on this possession. It doesn't matter if you're on the 1 yard line or the minus 1 yard line, that you want to score points. So that's the mindset that you want your team to have.
Coach, defensively, have they been able to maintain the intensity you wanted through the first 3 games of the season?
Our defense, yes. I think I think our mental focus, our mental intensity has been very consistent. I think they've performed with a great attitude. They've aggressive attitude, a tenacious attitude. And, from a physical standpoint, I think we've played 3 very physical games. And I think we've, obviously Alabama beat us, but we didn't back down. And from a toughness standpoint, I was proud of how we played that game. So, I like our edge. I like our toughness. I like how we're playing right now, and our defense and really our offense also. Our defense is really playing with a nasty attitude.
Will this week be the biggest challenge as far as facing a quarterback from Illinois' quarterback? Will this be your biggest challenge thus far? As far as you mentioned he's a prolific passer, first round set. Will this be the team's biggest challenge so far this season?
Our biggest challenge, meaning in the passing game or their offense?
In the passing game.
I thought Alabama's, the weapons that they had was a great challenge. I just think, I think every week is a different challenge within itself. And, in my mind, watching Illinois, this is the best offense, this is the best defense, this is the best kicking game we've played. Just because you forget about yesterday, you forget about Jackson State and Alabama, you forget about those, and you're so locked into moving forward that, I don't compare, I don't look and say, Jackson State had better this, and Alabama had better than this, and Illinois got better than that. I don't approach games like that. This is a challenge within itself. Each week is a different challenge that you have to be ready to play. So we're playing a good quarterback. We're playing a good offensive system. Bill Cubitt, what he does offensively, he presents a lot of problems to our defense with the multiple formations, the personnel groupings that they get into, and then the skill players that they have. They got a dynamic running back, like I said, and some really good receivers. So this is going to be a heck of a test for us.
Coach, is Bill Cubitt running basically the same system that Beckman had planned on running, or is he installing his own?
Bill Cubitt was the offensive coordinator there. When Tim hired Bill, Bill came in with his own system, and Bill has installed that. And has just done a phenomenal job. He's a great coach. Known him for a long time. You can see the change. You watch these 3 games compared to the last 5 or 6 games of last year. It's a whole different team. They're playing extremely hard. They're playing with a lot of effort. They're playing with a lot of enthusiasm, and it's a direct result of what Bill has installed, and he's only been there 4 weeks or 5 weeks, whatever it's been. So this is a really good team, and it's a credit to Bill Cubitt and what he's done.
Does the brevity that Cubitt's been the head coach, does that pose any preparation difficulties?
No, not really, because the defensive staff is still the same. We've been able to watch 3 games from that. They've got pretty much doing the same thing they did last year. Their offense that's Bill. He's done it for, when he was a head coach at Western Michigan. It's, so there's enough tape out there to see. So with him just being this being his fourth game, it doesn't present a problem.
You talk about what Terry Pettis has brought, moving a guy from a wide receiver position with his skill set into a tight end position, how that's giving you guys more options offensively.
Well, Terry's had a good game Saturday. He's playing more consistent. He's got to improve in certain areas. He's not a finished product by any means yet, but he is improving. He's got a wonderful attitude. He's not the physical dominating presence of a tight end in a run game yet, but he's getting better. But he does, create some mismatch issues just because of his size, and you guys have heard it all the time that he was open, when he was born because how long he is, so he gives you a chance to create some one-on-one opportunities in space in the passing game. But he's really improved. He works hard, and I was glad to see him, be rewarded, with how he played the other night.
Jimmy Future seems to be improving game by game as well. Cottrell seems to be improving game by game as well. Can you elaborate on his progress since arriving in camp a month ago?
He's made plays. He's had 3 interceptions. He recovered a fumble. He got beat a couple times there, in that first game. But as a defensive back, you have to have a short memory, and because there's going to be good plays and there's going to be bad plays when you're out there in space with the athletes that you face in today's offenses. He's learning the defense. He's getting more comfortable. He's understanding how hard we expect him to play, how consistent we expect him to play. He's improving. He still has a long way to go, but he's got a great attitude also, and he comes to practice and he works and he's getting better. So, I hope he'll be better this week than he was last week.
When you're facing a team that's coming off such a large deficit and loss, does that create, for lack of a better word, I don't want to say fear really, but it's all a little bit, like that they'll be more motivated to redeem themselves from that large loss?
I have no idea what their mindset is. I worry about us. And in my mind, that if they won the game or if they lost the game, that they're going to come in here hungry, wanting to win. And same with us, we want to win this game. It doesn't matter what we did last week. We won big. That doesn't mean we're going to sit back and beat our chest and say this or that. We're going to continue to work hard and compete as hard as we can in practice to improve. And that's our mindset. So I'm taking it. I'm looking at it that, they want to beat us just as bad as we want to beat them. And doesn't matter what they did Saturday shouldn't have an effect on how they're going to play this week.
With a couple of games scoring in the 70s, I have to imagine Brent's confidence is skyrocketing right now. How fair is that to say?
I think our whole offense should have a lot of confidence because it's not just Brent. Each week there's been a different receiver that's kind of been the guy. I think our running backs are running good. I think our line has done a good job, especially in the passing game. We've got to get a little bit better in the running game. But I think everybody should have a lot of confidence in themselves and in what we're doing collectively as a team. And I think the defense probably has more confidence in the offense too. I think that works both ways, that, the defense gets a turnover and, then they see, shoot, next play, it's a touchdown, and we're back out there. It's almost like a frenzy, that it works both ways. So I think the defense has probably got a lot of confidence in the offense, and the offense has confidence in the defense that, they're going to get a 3 and out, they're going to get a turnover, they're going to get a stop. But I think we've got a confident football team right now.
As the coach, how much fun is it for you to stand on the sideline and watch that frenzy, as you call it?
Yeah, it's a heck of a lot more enjoyable to sit and watch the fourth quarter than it is those 1-point games. You don't have those very often, and you get them. It's you enjoy to be able to watch your players enjoy themselves, and because they work so hard. Saturday's the reward. Saturday's the reward for all the hard work. You practice a heck of a lot more in football than you play a game. And, you get 13 opportunities to play 13 days to play a game. And you practice probably 300 days. So it's fun to watch those guys be able to enjoy it.
Parker seemed to have a hot hand Saturday night. Does that in any way affect your game plan for this week?
No. Jordan did really well. He had some nice runs. That game, I bet was probably hard for the running backs to get into a flow because there were so many one-play drives, two-play drives. We scored fast that and I haven't talked to Jeremiah or Jordan or Shane or anybody, but I bet for a running back, that was probably a hard game to find some rhythm to get him in there. I know as a coach, here you go, and then one play and it's a touchdown. Well, you want him to go again, and it's 2 plays and a touchdown, and you never got any rhythm. So we've got 3 really good backs. I think they're doing an excellent job. Jeremiah did a great job in the kicking game with the returns. Had some nice runs there offensively, and Shane got nicked a little bit, didn't play much, but Jordan had some good strong runs. Ran behind his pads really well.
Coach, when you get the conference season started, but then you break away for a couple of non-conference games, how are you with that? I mean, I know it is what it is, you have to do it, but would you rather kind of keep going with the conference drive?
Yeah. I've always said it. You wish you could play those 4 non-conference games, right off the bat, and then you get in your conference schedule and go. I think this is the first time that we've had a conference game and then had 2 non-conference games. So in the past, we might have played a conference game and then a non-conference game, and then we got back into it. So, but like you said, you have to play your schedule, but you got to play the games. But if you in a perfect world, I personally would rather, once you get in your conference schedule, stay in it.